Well, hello everyone and welcome or welcome back to Life of Wonders. As you know, this is Polo and I love making videos of dolls, toys and Disney collectibles. And as always, if you like this kind of content and you feel like supporting the channel, then you already know what to do. So today we will be unboxing and reviewing in detail the newly released 2023 storybook or story series Belle doll from ShopDisney, and I'm very excited to see what she's got to offer. Obviously she will have the new body and I'm very excited to see that in her, as well as how that will translate when I dress her with different pieces, especially the ones that come from the Live Forever lines, both the Shop Disney one and the Jack Specific one. And so here's the time for Belle. The box is beautiful. Again, like I love the presentation of it with the promotional picture of the doll, and then the background that it looks like the ball room or the dance room or the music room within the Beast Castle. And then there are the silhouettes of the Enchanted Rose and the chandelier, and she's just looking so cool. I also love this variation of the dress, that I believe that for being a classic doll is pretty cool. I mean, not every year we get a gown for Belle that would make her justice to especially how it feels in the film, which is supposed to be super big and have a lot of volume to it. And in the recent years it's been like very basic, but I love the take that they incorporated here with the ruching part of the top and then the sash that goes all the way around, and then they incorporated roses, and I think it's going to have substantial volume, which I think is important. So let's see how it feels when I unbox her. And then right here we have the extras, which this time they incorporated the secondary outfit. There is a new variation and I think I am going to like it quite a lot. As far as I've seen, again, I don't think it has glitter. I think the blouse section of it's more like chiffon, and I think it has a lot of volume, which is very important as well, at least for me, even though maybe that one in the movie didn't have as much volume. But anyway, I think it's very cute if it does have that. Then we have the shoes, which in this case have it's a complete new mold with the sculpted details and heel. Then we have a wicker basket, a book, a chip and a sheep. So if you want to recreate this scenario in which she's interrupted by Gaston in the central plaza near the fountain, you can definitely recreate it with these extras. And I will be comparing her with previous depictions of her wearing both the iconic yellow golden outfit or dress, as well as the blue one, and the previous fashion pack with the blue one. And then if these are repeats, I will also compare them. But I think that as far as I've looked around my collection, these appear to be like new incorporations, like probably not cheap, but the sheep and the basket and the book, I feel like they're new molds, because the book and the basket that I have from previous releases seem to be different. So I will be comparing that too. Then on this side we can appreciate the silhouette of Mrs. Potts as well as Chip, Enchanted Rose, the beautiful window with the floral rose decoration, and right over there we have the chandelier. And then on the other side we have the silhouette of the Beats Castle, and then we have this beautiful picture of her. She looks a bit cheeky here, which I love because that's part of her personality, and I love that. I really love the way she looks. It's a very unusual sort of like image, I would say, or a sketch for her. And then on the back we have this beautiful lined up of the different characters. Well, starting with the castle, the characters, we have Lumiere, Clocksworth. We have the beautiful scene with them both dancing. We have the Beast Castle in the background, like fading away, and then this is like the playset once it's opened, or the window display, and everything else that's included, and it specifies that it comes with the activities that we're just about to reveal. So, as previously seen with other princesses or characters within this line, we have activities for matching shapes. We have a maze. We have like a puzzle, I think, of a sort. Yeah, I think it's like yeah, you have to figure out which would just go there. We have how to draw cheap within this box of squares, and then we can recreate the dome of the enchanted rose as well. And I love this picture actually, that you can definitely color if you wanted to. So she's here with Beast, or with the Beast, and they're dancing, and there's like a lot of I don't know, enchanting, sort of like it's a magical moment, and I like it. I was not expecting to see anything like it, because so far it's just been like the character as such, without the prints, any of the prints or anything like that been involved. I think, as far as I can remember, I don't know, I might be wrong, but anyway, so I like that. And now I will unveil or reveal the front, and right now we can have a proper look at our Belle doll. She's just looking so cool. Again, I think that this version of the dress is interesting, and I'm already loving the second of, well, yeah, I mean, my goodness, the fabric feels amazing, because most of the times it's very rigid, and yeah, I wasn't wrong. So this is more like chiffon in a way, and this is like very, very soft. And right here, let's see what's the volume of it. But here you can see like what appears to be a balcony from the castle, and it's just so beautiful. I love the way it opens, and it could act as a displaying case so very nicely. This part is a bit confusing though, because most of the times it's been like a pathway, but they incorporated like stained windows from a Gothic style for the floor, which is confusing, I think, but nonetheless it's cute. But what I really like is like the front, and the framing is just perfect. So I will be taking her out, and we'll take it from there. Alright, so before I continue, as always, I wanted to show you the window display again. It looks so beautiful. It has a few marks because, yeah, I mean, the box itself was the thing that holds everything in place. But if you just put one or two dolls displayed here, they will look amazing. So this is the playset slash displaying box, which I very much like, and I have to say it. And now let's move to the doll. Okay, so here we have everything out of the box with all different accessories, and the accessories that I could find from previous releases, as well as other variations of Belle wearing these two iconic gowns. So right, I don't think, the designer dolls, or in this case this is a one of a kind doll. I mean, it's the Midnight Masquerade designer doll, but wearing this one of a kind dress would actually compete well when comparing. But I just thought I would brought them into um, the whole scene, or the equation, if you will, because yeah, that way we can compare different things that I think could be appreciated, and other things that could be improved, and things like that. So basically, this is our doll, which I have to say I very much like. I like her face mold, the screening, the way the hair is rooted, and just in general feels pretty okay. I feel that they've changed the skin complexion, but they've done that for every single princess in my opinion, and they've given them these more neutral undertones that are less rosy, as you can definitely see between these two, or this one over here, and more realistic in a way. So like she's more gray but at the same time is a more realistic look when you um situate the doll in a context of, I don't know how real dolls could look if they were in cartoons, I would say, like for example Barbie. So that is something that is very noticeable. I can also feel the new body, or there is just that clavicle sort of like texture there, or sculpted detail, that I have to say that I appreciate very much because it adds realism to it. And now, when it comes to her, well, this is the secondary outfit, which I love. I think it might be my favorite gown for this sort of like scene that we've got in years. I mean, it has a lot of volume. The texture of it is just like so nice. It's like a satin underneath, but then it's matte on the outer layer, and then it has this beautiful lace, and the blouse it isn't quite like chiffon, but it's something like in between, and the color and the accent of roses, even though this is a very thin but very soft material as well. I like that very much, and I will be comparing it particularly with the fashion pack one that we got just a few years ago. But before we move on, I have to say that the iconic sort of like yellow golden gown is a bit underwhelming, not just because I have like this impressive one right over here, but also because, yeah, I don't know, I think I was expecting more. Just even if she was like on its own, I think it would be underwhelming to see. First of all, it does not go all the way down for whatever reason. I know that the ruching part of it has elastics, and that might, keep the shape going up, but then the volume isn't like incredibly great either. So even though I like the concept of the idea, if it didn't have the roses, it would be just like any other, in my opinion, any other classic doll. As far as I can say, I think that this way to execute the color area, it's way too simple, in my opinion, once again. Then there is a lot of like, okay, so here we can see different colors as well, right? But here I can see like more like a lemon yellow, and then all of a sudden we have like a very intense yellow, but then we have this medium tone with glitter. And I don't know if that was like the correct choice. And then she comes with flats that are, pointy, because she's got the new body with the pointy feet. I wanted to also show you, and I have it here. I forgot to take her out because I had her stored for quite some time. But I'm going to show you another version of a, I would say it's a basic Belle. I mean, but anyway, it's very beautiful, and it's nothing like this one of a kind with the designer doll as a base. This is more, this is coming from the Mattel signature collection from not that long ago, with the sculpted gloves, which I think looks okay. But just so you could compare, this dress comes from, I would say this is like it was both used for the picture signature picture collection back in the 90s, but also it was sold in the parks, or a very similar version of it was sold in the parks. And I don't know, this one just comes with all these layers, like even this layer over here, the petticoat is part of the original ensemble. And here you can see how very nicely executed it was, like even though again it was supposed to be like a basic doll. Again, the doll is coming from Mattel, but the dress, it's very similar to a one of a kind, super expensive in a way, handmade sort of like approach to it in a way. And I like it very much because again I feel like the gowns from the 90s capture much better the silhouette of Belle's gown in a way, and that is like very noticeable. So that is why I had to show it. It goes all the way around. I don't know, I mean, that is why I feel that this gown is so underwhelming, just in general, not just because I've made this lined up. But anyway, so the face mold is exactly the same. I would say it's the same as the playline Belle that we've got so many times before, but again the complexion has changed ever so slightly. The screen is perfect, the hair is very good. Again, she doesn't have like the best hair when compared to any other princess, but it's okay. And then, so what else was included as part of it, which I think is like the key factor? So we have this beautiful shape that has not just like a very beautiful sculpt and super nicely painted, heavy and high quality animal that could actually be perfectly proportioned to the proportion of this 11 inches and a half Belle, which for example in the case of Aurora the owl was far too small. So here you can see that they can definitely do it. They did it for little brother, they did it this time. They can definitely provide us with pets that would be proportioned to these dolls. Then this time around, so this is the cheap cup that was incorporated, and I have another one that comes from the very first sort of like gift set, and I believe it's the same sculpt, although this one is closed on the top, but I also think is painted better, and especially like around the bottom part of it, but just the face is even like slightly better. This one over here, and it has like the pattern of you know, blues and purples and pinks as in the movie, whereas this one is just like plain purple, but this one is open. So I don't know, other than that, this is cheap. And then when it comes to the book, okay, or well, yeah, let's go with the book. So this is the book that was part of the first gift set. Once again, this is the mold that they used, that it was like very simple from the outside, and then on the inside they printed this fairy tale, which is not even related to anything. Probably it's like Beauty and the Beast as such. Actually, it could be like a Beauty and the Beast, sort of like medieval or yeah, 18th century, post-Renaissance or something illustration. And this one appears to be like decayed in a way, you know, like as it was like an old textbook. So we have this one, and then I discovered that the book that was incorporated later on for the designer fairy tale that came with this Belle and Gaston, it came with the very, I think it's the very same sculpt. It is exactly the same. It's just that this time around they incorporated these two stickers with the bee and the filigree and the golden details, and the print is also the same, but this time it doesn't look aged. So this is both times that we've got this book, and this time we got this one, which I love because it's a reference to another movie that is clearly Cinderella's Castle. It's a sticker, but then the rest of it is actually really nicely textured and nicely painted in gold over the blue, and it's much smaller, but it could also be like a really nice proportional size of a, you know, of a, yeah, like a smaller fairy tale, if you will, like a smaller book. And I think it's super cute and I like it very much. Now, in previous releases, we've I think, I don't know if it was with this fashion pack that we got this basket. It's okay, but it's like far more basic than the one we got this time around, which is this one that just by the color we can see that it looks so much more realistic, and then the sculpt on its own feels much more deluxe. And why? Well, it is because it's exactly the same one that came with the designer fairy tale of Heroes and Villains one, but obviously the painted details are even more realistic for this one over here, even though both of them look amazing. But this release benefited from the deluxe sculpt of the basket as opposed to the very basic one, so that is cute. And this is a recycle. It was exactly the same for Snow White. We got the same basket with the apples, but the apples were painted red this time, as opposed to the designer fairy tale Heroes and Villains, in which they were all green, because the one that the witch was holding was the only red one. So anyway, that was a change, but it was like another incorporation of previous deluxe sort of like items that otherwise we couldn't get if you don't have this set. So having said that, what else? Okay, so we have this, we've seen this before so many times. I think this is far too basic and far too silly. I mean, I wish they were giving us, even just like they've done with other princesses such as Ariel, like a fabric one with an elastic. That would have been much appreciated. But on the other hand, I have to say that these shoes are everything. I mean, the new sculpt is so beautiful, so you can see that there is a flower, there is a rose sculpted there. There's the heel part of it, which looks perfect for like a maiden attire, without, you know, just having the flats in a position of inclined feet. I think this is a much better approach. So that is everything that was included here, and obviously the second outfit, but I just wanted to give you this you know, whole context and yeah, a scenario in which you can appreciate everything, like even this doll with this very old 90s and quite basic actually dress that I like so very much. And now what I will do is I will be comparing her body with the previous body, probably this one because it's going to be the easiest to undress, and then I will be comparing well, her with the one that came with the fashion pack and the designer fairy tale one, which again it's delightful. It's like another level, but at the same time it does not even relate to how she looks in the film. It's just like a collector's gem in a way, and sometimes having less is also very much appreciated if it's very well done. So you don't have to have like the very high end versions you know, to enjoy your favorite princess. And I have the feeling that I'm going to like this dress so very much as well. So yeah, we're going to take it from here. So here we have both different bodies, the newer one right over here and the older one right there. So this is the most articulated body, but you know, it has the proportions that have been used up until now. The face is exactly the same, and as I was saying earlier, the skin complexion has changed. So again, it's a much more realistic skin complexion, whereas this one has like rosy and yellow undertones in a way. And in this case, I have the feeling. So now I'm a little bit intrigued because like I will be making a video for sure in which I will be showing the different princesses when once I have them all, especially the ones that will have like the similar body, and I think I'm very close to that. I still have to unbox both Elsa and Anna as well as Jasmine, and those will be the ones that will have the new updated body that is not so different, such as the one from Mirabelle or Viana, for example. So anyway, the thing is that for the case of the Little Mermaid, she seemed to be shorter, whereas this one over here, even though I put the feet like so, she even appears to be taller. So I don't know if there are like changes, like there are different bodies, and that is why I will be making a video including Tiana and Rapunzel, for example, all of them, to see what changes, if even if it's just like a tiny little bit. But like in the last video, it was very noticeable that Ariel doll was much shorter, and in this case it could be around the same or even taller. I don't know what to think. Once again, it's very late at night, but I hope I make sense. I very much like the new. I mean, it feels more natural, all of it. Like the clavicles, like the breasts are just feel so much more natural, in my opinion. And then the thinner waist are a thing from the past in a way. And as cute as they look, I like that they update these kind of things with whatever's going on in society, and so I don't know, it's cool. And we always have these dolls, same as having 80s or 90s dolls, so you don't have to worry about that. But the changes are always, at least for me, appreciated. So I hope this was helpful, and now let's see how she looks with the secondary outfit. And here we have our last shot, in which we can appreciate how really nicely this dress fits the new Belle doll. Again, it's my favorite among the two of them. I think it's a really nice depiction of how she's portrayed in the movie, with different alterations, but then again the quality of it's pretty nice, I would say, especially when compared to the previous fashion pack that again had created liberties and everything but felt cheaper in a way, if you can see that. And then the addition of the new shoes is just like, I don't know, it's like a whole plus. It's like going to a whole new level. I love the shape, I love the basket, that again is the very same basket, and I love that book. So all in all, I'm very happy with it, and the main reason I wanted to get these dolls is because I am just so in love with both the boxes and the new bodies. And for sure I will be displaying them using these outfits, but also I really want to try out the Ili Forever ones on them. So I will be doing that, and when I do, probably I will be sharing like pictorial videos or something like that for you. Right with here, with this one, I thought I would just show you all the way around of her, so you can see how incredibly nice this doll is as well. With the whole structure of it is rather unique. It has the massive bow right there that goes with the one here. There's this ruched movement with double layered satin, and then embroidered pictures, flowers, because even though you could think that it's all printed, in reality there are a lot of embroidered ones all throughout with little rhinestones in yellow, and then the curls are like gelled. But then I also very much love her just that face expression is everything to me, and then the texture of the rest of the how it's constructed, everything is just so marvelous. Really, it is like it. So I still have like the original paper to keep the shape. But anyway, this has been the release of the review and the detail, the unboxing and digital review of this doll, that I very much hope you've enjoyed. And if that is the case, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. What are you doing? It's completely free, and again, it will make me very happy. So yeah, do that. But also let me know what you think in the comments down below, especially for this particular release of Belle. If you want to get it, if you've got it already, if probably you will pass, I don't know. I will be more than happy to know everything that you have to say, and I will get back to all of you. For now, stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye bye.